reduce the volume, please, so that it doesn't enter my video and become copyright. Help me reduce, so people of God. God bless. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I don't know, nobody's. I wanted to come online since, but I wasn't able to do that because I was busy watching these housemates. At least, we have light today. So I was just watching them, and I am glad I didn't hurry. I said it. I said, let me just give some time and observe some things. Yesterday, that their pool party ended very late, so in fact, I couldn't even come online anymore. If it ended, I think by 12 a.m., 12 midnight. So I couldn't even come back here. But I'm glad I waited on the issue around Isabella. Hi, Eunice. How you doing? Thank you so much for joining. I wanted to come soon, so but these guys, today we have lights. Like right now, there's look, but these guys have been dragging me. Even now that I wanted to come, Sultana and Big and Jasmine, Gigi Jasmine, they are about to have a conversation that seems, oh my god, it's not only you, it's the weather. It's really like it's also raining in Kaduna, right? It's not just you. The weather has been unpredictable, honestly speaking. Hi, I wanted to come on since even now said I just stood up and said, let me just come and do this live stream. When I saw the time, I'm like, Sultana and Gigi Jasmine are about to start having a conversation that I don't know. It looks like it's going to be saucy. You know, those two, especially Sultana. You know, she's the media powerhouse of Big Brother show this season. In as much as her diary session of was it yesterday, first day, I don't know why she was acting like. See, it's okay to be the gossip of the house. We need it because Coyote's camera cannot be everywhere at the same time. So we need this. We need the gossiping gang. Let's don't call them gossiping gang. Let's call them the media powerhouse, please, because gossiping sounds a little bit condescending, right? So please let's address them as the media house of the season, all right? So that they can help us, because when people use the word gossip, it's not fair. Hmm. So let's begin. I said something. Let's start with Isabella. I'm glad I didn't rush it. I said, you know what? Let me chill and then come back to you guys. Of course. And there's something again before we go deeper into Isabella's issue. The guys in the house, some, although not all, let me don't generalize, some of the guys in the house are relying on the girls in order for them to play their game. And I don't know why they think that they have watched so much seasons of the show and the ladies have not watched the seasons of the show. I don't know if now I'm trying to say to you. Excuse me. Sorry, I needed to give one information quickly. The guys, just the way they have watched the show, and they think they have clocked all sort of games of the show. That's the way the ladies have also watched the show. I don't know why some of the guys, I repeat myself, are relying on the ladies in order for them to play their game. What do I mean? Kola is one of them. Kayukumi is another one. You're relying. I don't know why you think the emotions of the ladies are static. I don't know why you think they're not dynamic. I don't know why you think women will forever fight for the attention of men. I don't know why you think women will forever fight over men. Guys, grow up. Are you guys not seeing what is happening around you? Eh? It's so disappointing though that some women are still on that level, because I've heard Isabella speaking about some scars she came into the house with, that it was her ex's baby mama or so that did that to her. And it's cringy to hear that another woman can harm another woman over a man. Like, it's too cringy. It's been long I heard that shit. So that's by the way. Now the men, some, let me still use that word before you guys will come for me, are still relying on the emotions of the women to play this game. Okay, coming back to Isabella from that welcoming party that Kayukumi came to her and told her outrightly that he had eyes for Mide. I don't know how Kanye Kumi saw Isabella, right? Although they will always say don't judge a book by its cover. But Isabella came up like this very powerful personality. This okay, let me say it's not exactly like that, but it looks similar to the relationship between Cross and Angel in the lockdown season, where Cross saw Angel as a bad girl, right? And also Angel knew Cross was a bad guy. So I think Kanye Kumi in quotes is playing the role of this bad guy. And I think meeting Isabella and seeing how Isabella is all over the place, he also thought she was this bad girl, that they would have an open relationship whereby they will be doing some nasty things, but he is pursuing another lady and she's fine with it. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, just judging by what I'm saying. Right now, not knowing that she has sort of at the end of the day, I don't want to talk too seriously with these housemates because it's a game house. Not knowing that to some extent she had sort of invested emotionally, or in her head she was thinking something was going to brew between them, right? So he comfortably, and don't forget, Isabella has claimed she's a guy's girl, right? So when you submit yourself to the guy that you are his G, he will treat you like his G. What do I mean by he will treet you like his G? He's comfortable speaking about other girls in front of his guys. So when you are one of his guys, he'll be comfortable speaking about uh the girls in front of you. And the fact that you are the opposite gender and he can still benefit from friendship with benefits, G with benefits, it's good for him. Now, that is what I don't know how many times you. I don't want to be a motivational speaker all of a sudden because of Big Brother show, but most ladies should know this by now. A man will caution you at will. He will throw you out of his life. He will embrace you back. He will rubbish you. He will clean you up. Like, he will just turn you into his toy when you allow it. And that was my fear with Isabella when she came in and said she was a guy's girl. I'm like, are you for real? Are you sure that is where you want to place yourself? And with all those high pitch voice and all those gra gra, underneath, she's just a soft, lovely lady underneath. That was why I was being careful with what I was going to say about her, right? And hence the reason why I said, let me wait after the pool party. And she was it. And I love the fact that she said something crucial, which now the thing now started worrying Kayukumi, like Kayukumi now has shrinked. And that is why I said most of the guys are relying on the ladies in order to play their game. And trust me, if they do not re strategize, this is how one after the other they'll be on their way home. They'll be walking out of the house one after the other, because without the ladies falling into their trap, those guys don't have game. Small game like this they don't have, because how can you rely on triangulating, on shipping, on playing with the ladies' emotions? And let me tell you something, even if the girls are their strategies, the strategy will only work if the girls dance according. And that's the part that human beings sometimes don't understand, especially the male gender. You think you can just walk into a place, right? Like Color now, and even Bright. Their egos got bruised by Dede, whereby they walked into the place. You're strangers. I don't know you. It's just like the way I am now. And I meet you, in as much as, yes, I think I've met one or two people that are like, okay, I've seen your YouTube videos and all of that. Now you have seen me. He's not even serious at all. Thank you very much. Now you have seen me. Probably you know me and I don't know you. And to begin with, both parties don't even know each other. Okay, we're going to be housemates for the next 72 days. Wow. But let's get to know each other gradually. A hug is not by force. Now, can you see how they are banking on the fact that they are attractive, they are fine, these girls will be all over them, and when they come in, the hug, in fact, in their head, someone like Kola, in his head, offering a hug to the girls is a privilege. You know, like you don't do that shit, guys. You don't think that way. See, gone are the days when things like that work. Even if it did work right now online or right now on on television, on people know better. I don't know if you know I'm trying. That's why I said these guys are relying, most of the guys, not all of them, though. Like you see someone like K Bobo, he has noticed that these girls are not pushover. These girls are also game. So you see, K-Bobo has a little bit withdrawn, will I say? Because what did K-Bobo say on the stage with Ebuka? He said he was going to scatter ships and all of that. But now K-Bobo, on entering that place, he realized that even building a ship is not even going to be easy. How much more scattering the ship? You understand? So K-Bobo to some extent has noticed that that game is not going to game. Do you understand? Then Kayukumi, yesterday at the party, he had a lot of fun. And I'm glad that Isabella equally had a lot of fun. And there was something she said. She said that when she cries out her pain, it's gone. It's gone. Right? He was now lost. You know, just like Victory. Victory too, yesterday was gravitating towards Gigi Jasmine. I don't get it. I thought he said they shouldn't talk till Saturday where he will make up his mind or not make up his mind. So why is he gravitating towards her? Imagine even today that he had this cut on his hand, though the camera didn't show us. But the way Faith was talking about the cut is like it's not that serious because I don't know, was it Sabrina or Tracy? I'm not too sure who was asking if the cut was bleeding, and Faith was saying no, he just had it. So it might not necessarily be serious. You could see he was just relying on Gigi Jasmine to help him bandage the cut and all of that. Like he's just trying to gravitate towards Gigi Jasmine. Initially, I also thought Victory was confused, which I still think he's confused, honestly speaking. But I think Victory might really like Jasmine. Or, just like I said, some of the guys in the house are relying on the ladies as their game too, and is not working. Probably he thought he was going to have other options, right? Or speaking to Jasmine, he felt maybe he hurriedly spoke to Jasmine and probably regretted it. Probably, I'm not too sure, and felt that he had other chances. And now trying his hands on other chances, it looks like it's not working. Just like Kayukumi trying his hands on Mide, and Mide said she actually saw him, she actually saw Isabella crying. So literally, what Mide is trying to tell him is that I've seen you make a girl cry. Why should I be interested in you? Yeah, I've seen you made a girl cry. So why should I be interested in you? Isabella, I'm glad she knows what she's doing. See, all these housemates are gamers. That is why I don't take any of them serious. And like I always say, yes, it's a reality show, but I still see it as a social experiment that has been is already gamified. So anything, any action, honestly, and especially for these first weeks where they are cautious of the camera, they are cautious of the environment, I might not really take it into so much. I won't give it so much relevance. Like yesterday when Kayukumi and Telma were talking, Telma was like, the camera is on us. So you see, they are still very, very aware. But the good thing was that yesterday they had fun in their party. God, I was watching it. I didn't know I should close my eyes. Like that party was PG. Woo! I'm glad they shifted the party to late at night. By then, people that are underage might have gone to bed. Mm-hmm. Kayukumi suddenly became cold. He never thought, number one, that Isabella was going to bullshit him. Like, okay, not really bullshit him per se, but he never thought she was going to do her thing without him in it. You get that kind of thing. He never thought she was going to do that, or he thought he had gotten her loyalty. And why is it that some men, when you just see some certain emotions thrown at you or given to you, yeah, those guys, they really made it happen. Look, like this is the best pool party. I don't know how Saturday own is going to be. They will at the house, they will bring that house down. I hope the structure of that house is strong enough to hold these guys, because these guys are unbeatable. They had fun. Like they were not faking it. They were actually enjoying themselves. Like even me, I was seeing myself inside that place. Like at some point psychologically, I was thinking I was inside there with them. I'm just joking, though. It was real. Like they really had they utilized everything. They utilized every freaking thing there. Color was all over Dede. And it's strange that I'm glad that Doris called Kola out on his bullshit. I'm very glad, in as much as they're all friends and all of that, right? Now she was surprised when he was suddenly gravitating towards Dede based on a sheep. He said Dede was dull. He said Dede was not had nothing to offer. He said Dede was, and then suddenly you're not saying the opposite, that she's your spec, she's your this, she's your that. She's your spec, but she's not available. See, when will some men know that no is no? See, gone are the days when women or ladies were playing hard to get. You want me? I want you. You have needs, I have needs. Come on, let's go down there. But I don't want you. You shouldn't assume that. And the thing where hmm, someone jokingly said Biggie was carried away yesterday. Yes, I won't be surprised. Even me, I said me, Eunice, I was thinking I was in that place. See those guys. I think Biggie is going to be really happy by the end of this season. He's going to make his money. That's money that no lose guard made him loss. He will get it in this 10/10 season. Yeah, he will make it in this 10/10 season. Trust me. These guys, I think this time around their contract was readjusted. Their contract, and they were asked, and I think they were forced to sit down and read through the contract over and over again. I know there's something Ebuka said on the launch show, that they have to this season they have to work for the money. You understand? Money is not going to come in easy again. They have to work for the money this time around. I'm so glad that Isabella is being open with Kumi. Like that was what kept me seeing, so because they've been having a conversation back and forth. I didn't want to miss that conversation because I really wanted to come to the, and Isabella was part of my analysis. But before then, I wanted to be sure of what, because I suspected this. Honestly, that was why you saw yesterday, Eunice. I said I wasn't going to be in a hurry to speak so much about Isabella. Let me just monitor her and observe her during the pool party and after. And I was glad she actually, like, will I say, where you have something in your mind, but you're scared that that thing should not fail you. And honestly, Isabella did not fail me. At some point, I there's that pick me tendency in her, but I think she still has sense. There's that pick me tendency slightly in her, but she still has sense. She still knows her worth, right? Of course, why wouldn't she? For someone who has been who is a baby mama already, has made one or two mistakes, I know that she should be able to have some part of her guard up. Mm-hmm. Now, in that party hall, a lot of things were happening. You could see Victory gravitating towards Gigi, trying to rock her. Some of their friends were trying to, like, make the, and I think, just like I said, these guys are all gamers, and Gigi is a smart girl, right? You could see that she's not she too, she's just trying to hold her side. And I don't know why people are complaining that Gigi keeps asking Victory if he likes her. Yes, they said action speaks louder than words. It's just like what Kumi said or did to Isabella. Like he's on her bed. He's literally spending the nights with her, and he's telling her that his mind is somewhere else. Like that is weird. That is very, very weird. Like I don't get it. So there might be some things, in as much as honestly I've not been paying so much attention to Gigi, but and Victory, not until I started seeing some few moves. That's when I said, okay, let me just pay attention to these two people here and see something. Now, the action of Victory is what is making um um Gigi ask him, haven't you been in a situation where you're always asking your partner, are we cool? See, there are some people that have one kind of mood swings, or there's some people that have one kind of attitude that comes with them. Yes, but she is doing that. But if you notice, the guy is still bringing himself. You can see today he was all over. Even yesterday at the party, he was all over. Like I would say, he was all over her, but he was gravitating towards her. Even today, that he just got one small cut, he's just there trying to like get her attention and all of that. See, when you guys say bullshit, I don't understand. Is it for her to shun him? Don't forget they're in the same house. In that house you can't avoid each other. The house looks big, but at the same time is you can't avoid each other. Where you want hide, there are tasks. There are, in fact, they've not even started group task. Okay, they've not even started group task yet. What if they're in the same group? Would they not have interaction? So if you say she should bullshit him, I like that point as well. But it's not going to be as easy as you would say it. That kind of thing. Some of these things, even this Kayikumi and Isabella issue that Isabella cried on a norm. I don't see Isabella crying for someone like Kayikumi outside the house. It's just inside the house. A lot of emotions are bottled up. That kind of thing. So it's not the matter of bullshit him. He keeps gravitating towards her, and she can't ignore him. Are you getting? She can't ignore him. But yes, I also agree with you for her to try and draw the line just the way they draw the line yesterday with Kola. I love the fact that she just kept him in his place. Kola is having a conversation and is answering just make she pepper him small by snubbing him just to make him know her worth. But she's doing that. I think today said she was just trying to help him with the injury. And as soon as she was done, you can see how she sat down with her friend Sultana, right? And I think they are on some of their costume work and all of that. You could see she's trying her, even at the party yesterday, you could see she was dancing with her girls. Yeah, she wasn't even paying attention to him. He was one that kept trying to, even at some point she nicely shifted away from him, but he was still coming towards her. She's honestly, for me, what I see, I don't know if you guys are seeing the same things I'm seeing. She's doing a good job of not, things like this. You don't withdraw by force. You will just withdraw nicely, because when you withdraw by force, it will look like you're this bitter person that is drawing over a relationship that never even started. It's just like Cola's relationship. I even saw, like, those messages underneath the television. People are saying that Cola already has relationship issues when the relationship has not even started. Yeah. So on coming back yesterday, everyone wanted highlights. Anyway, they are trying, and everyone got their highlights. Yeah, yeah. And everyone got their highlight. They came yesterday fighting all over the place. The fight started from Ortega and Victory over meat. But it's weird whereby Jason, there are some things that Jason allows, and is making his leadership, is making his reign look very unserious. I can see that these housemates are willing to respect Jason as the head of house. They are willing to give him the full cooperation. But Jason seems to even be sabotaging his own leadership by himself. Eh? Okay, Ortega is a chef, right? He told us that he's a chef. And he volunteered from what I saw, right? I thought he volunteered to grill the chicken for them, right? That they were giving yesterday for the party. But I don't know why he was now complaining yesterday that they were having fun. See, when you take the responsibility, like the last season that Kelly Ray was one that took most of the responsibility of their pool party, he wasn't interested in partying with them. He was interested in feeding everyone. In fact, if anything, he was building a very coordinated structure to actually feed everybody, right? So I don't know why Ortega was now being a glutton, or he was being greedy with the protein given to all of them in the house. And so um after the party, he wanted to keep everything for himself, and Victory wasn't taking that shit from him, and Victory was speaking from it. So at the beginning, the fight was Victory and Ortega. Let me just move, and you see how the fight, unnecessarily fight, transitioned to even people that I think didn't even were not even part of it. They suddenly jump into it. So suddenly it now switched to Victory and Jason. They were almost even close to, like, I don't know, that they wanted to hit themselves or something. I don't get. But later on, I think they made one kind of sharp, I will call it sharp piece. Do you get? Then suddenly, Ruboy and Imisi now started having their own clash. It had to do with Imisi using dishes and she doesn't wash, right? You're cooking in their house, you're eating with utensils, and you're not washing, and you're saying that nobody has the right to ask you to do that. Hello. See, there are some behaviors that if you don't do in your house, don't come and do it in someone else's house. Respect yourself. That's the way I see it as adults. which made coordination much easier. Yes, yes, you're very correct. They acted more matured. Yeah, more matured and boring at the same time. Yeah, so they were very coordinated. But even these ones, they also have that tendency. Oh. Honestly, they also do have that tendency. But it's left for the head of house to put his foot down. Because Jason makes some sort of irrational decisions. He makes some sort of irrational moves that is affecting his leadership, that's making his leadership look very untidy. Let's see who is going to get it next week, and let's see if that person is going to be coordinated enough. Yeah. So next thing, Imisi and Ruboy, like Imisi was really speaking Yoruba yesterday. I just know from they say action speaks louder than words, right? Her body language was very interesting, right? And she and Rude Boy yesterday they were on each other's truth. I'm like, but these two people are bestie now. Like they are cool now. They are friends now. And that was why their fight said no one really was interested in putting their mouths. But later on, when Inisi was now holding fork, that's at this point she can weaponize that fork. So I think everyone was trying his best to come in between them. And I really do not get what exactly led to that point where they became so harsh with each other like that. Then suddenly, Seth, even what's his name? Koyi jumped into it. He was saying that MEC said she was going to slap him. They are all Yoruba. So I think there were some things she said. For the grill, Justin asked the entire house who is interested in doing the job of grilling. Nobody answered him. No, Ortega volunteered. Faith equally volunteered. Nobody answered, but later on, Faith and Ortega volunteered. But for me, just the way Jason was able to comfortably appoint Big Susu as the kitchen prefect, he should have appointed someone to conveniently for the grill. Mm-hmm. Big Soso is trying, honestly. So I think there was no need for her to contribute on the grill yesterday. It was good for her to also have her own fun. She can't do everything, right? But I think that was when Faith and Otega. So that was it. So that's fine. Of course, that's fine. He in the house of 29 people. Obviously, having volunteers should not be an issue. That was very, very fine. Very okay indeed. So why was Ortega now complaining last? Like it's almost like you volunteered. So when he was volunteering, what was he volunteering to do? Was he volunteering to just grill the meat for himself alone? Make it make sense, please. I don't understand. Hmm? So why the sudden greed and saying he wouldn't share and all of that? Because to be honest, all of those meats that he grilled, if they even asked him to sit down and eat everything, he can't eat it alone. So why the sudden greed, right? To me, Seth, I said next week party, Bibra should not even give them so much protein like that because it's like things that became too much for them. They didn't even know what to do with it. Now, because look at the way Isabella and Zid Ivata also just came and dumped some of them in the air fryer. Instead, if they cannot consume all, they should have just saved it in the freezer and then maybe use it to cook today. It's no big deal. Because to me, I just felt like they were just being unnecessarily indisciplined, irresponsible with food. Honestly, they should stop doing this while watching them. And the economy is not smiling. This food that they are rubbishing, there are people out here that would love to have it. To feed a good amount of people. But that's by the way. If you volunteer to do something, then you shouldn't complain. Eunice, if you volunteer for the Imisi rule, he really asked her to wash plates, which made her to get angry. Even if he didn't ask Imisi to wash plates rudely, Mimisi has this, let's say, thug life kind of principle that she works with. She feels nobody can talk to her. This is Big Brother house. Did Rubo even have to ask her to wash plates? She uses plates in that house, right? She's a lady. We'll come back to gender roles, whether we like it or not. The kitchen is just body fight. Yes, I know Konyi. If you remember, Konyi was saying something with you're correct, Eunice. Konyi was saying something yesterday morning with Sultana that his spirit does not vibe with Imisi. So I think he actually even wants a rift between both of them so that she doesn't come too close to him. Yeah, because the other day he was in the swimming pool. She said he should help her, teach her how to swim. After that, she now came to him again that he should teach her how to paint or something like that. I don't know. So I think he's not even comfortable with Imisi in his space. So probably he wants a rift. Yeah, Sultana was equally rude to her. There's something I'm noticing low key. They are looking down on that girl. They see her like someone that is local. Like, even in in the video of introducing the girls, I said Imisi gives me that Yoruba actress vibe. Yeah. And she says she's actually from where? So there's that looking down on her. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. They are looking down on that girl. Yeah, and her communication skills self is not also helping matters. You get, so there's that. All of them get their own for body disease, as everybody has their own individual traits. Like, let's just sit, watch, and enjoy everyone. That's why like I told you earlier, I don't take anything they do seriously. I do not judge. I just speak about what I see. I do not take it personal. Yeah, they are short tempered. They're not short tempered. Everyone just wants to be heard. Don't forget that it's a house where you have 29 people. Look at someone like Tracy. Tracy is gradually hiding. Midday self, if not for one or two drama that she's finding herself, I think Midday's alliance with Dede is even what is making Midday look relevant in that house. And Midday should not play with that alliance, because I don't know why she sat down yesterday. I was discussing Dede with Dinari, or probably let's just say she was discussing, because of course like, just like Telma yesterday was discussing Isabella with Kanyi Kumi. We wouldn't say that was a betrayal, or that was, but that yesterday Dinari was talking about Dede to Midday, based on her relationship with the head of house, Jason. Yeah, she gets one slow vibe, but that's her nature, right? That's her nature. If you guys don't like her, if Victoria last season also had that same vibe, and everyone loved her. Yeah, Victoria had a lot of fans that loved her. So I don't know why people are complaining about Midday. Midday's vibe to me is just her personality. Yeah, yeah, even me, I'm not feeling her. Even me, I'm not feeling Midday at all. That's why I told you that her relevance is attached to her relationship with Dede. If Midday is going to stay long in that house, it will be Dede's fans most likely that will keep her in that house for long, right? Her relevance is like, for this first week. I don't know how it's going to be, because this housemates are just like onions. Every time they keep unveiling another skin, right? For this week, what I'm seeing pertaining Midi, her relevance is sort of connected to her friendship with Dede. I feel Midi can do better, but choose to take that Victoria kind of vibe. Probably, yeah. But she's not even fully taking Victoria kind of vibe, because if you look at Mide is arrogant. If you look at Mide's body language, with these housemates so far, I think I pay more attention to their non-verbal interactions than even the verbal one, because you see them saying one thing and doing a different thing. And that was why I wasn't too sure with Isabella. And that was why yesterday, if you notice, if I'm not only yesterday, since the day they came into the house, the ladies walked into the house, I've been careful trying to analyze Isabella too deeply, because when you look at the body language, it's totally different from what is coming out of the person's mouths. Just observe all of them, 29 of them. Observe more of their non-verbal clues. Maybe she feels since it's worked for Vicky, it might work for her. Probably, yeah, you're correct. You're very correct. You're very, very correct. Because when you look at it, in as much as human behavior are similar, we have a lot of similarities, there's still that tendency of copying each other, right? Yeah, I can see you and feel a vibe with you, and I will choose to copy that vibe. There are some actions you might. I think someone told me that thing when I was way, way younger, that our personality is built on nurture, like what we see around us, what we learn around us, you know and in the real sense of the word, psychologists will tell you that human traits, individual traits, is nature. Like they will say, like father, like son. But the psychologists will tell you that it's not only nature, that is also nurture. Even that nature of like father, like son, the son had to observe his father, right? So it still had nurturing, it still has a lot of nurturing attached to it. So at the end of the day, we pick our personalities or our individual traits from other human beings like us. And that's why they'll tell you there are some general statement that some people will make. They'll say all women are the same, all men are the same, all this are the same. From people from all these tribe, they are like this. People from all these tribe, like that kind of conclusions that we make when it comes to socialization or individual personality. Yeah, but we're looking at it critically. It's something that is even done unconsciously, but then in the aspect of this game house, I think they are doing it consciously as well, because if you see Otega is trying to carry down Badinwe twins vibe. Then Kanye Kumi low key too, I see him trying to play Ozzy's game. Yeah, trying to make make Isabella Onyeka, then midday Victoria. I don't know if what he's doing, you guys are seeing it in that line. Me, I'm seeing it from where I'm seated. That's how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing Kanyikumi trying to play Ozzy triangle with Onyeka and Victoria. You can see his selections of the ladies. Isabella is the girls guy, right? Onyeka too was also a girls guy, right? Am I correct? A guy's girl rather. Okay, she was very cool with all of the guys, she was flirting with all of the guys as well, right? And then Ozzy was leaning towards Victoria. So if you look at Kaikumi, I see him trying to gravitate towards that kind of game. Then for Kola, I don't know how much he admired Mickey. Yeah, because Mickey was the one that played this game that Kola is playing, though in a slight bit different way. What do I mean? A slight bit different way, where Mickey was obsessed about Handy. He was saying all sorts of nasty things about Handy, but on the other hand, he wanted to be with her. Every opportunity he gets to speak with her, he wanted to be with her, right? One moment he was saying good things about her, another moment he was saying some nasty things about her, but you could tell he wanted to be with her. So I don't know if that's the kind of game Collar, because Collar's obsession on Didi, I just pray it doesn't throw him out of the house. And just like I said earlier at the beginning of this live stream, most of the guys are relying on the ladies' emotions to play their games. But the ladies are not buying that. They are not, you get what I'm trying to say to you, right? They are not, they are not interested in that. And if the ladies do not fall into their trap, guess what? Those guys will leave the house one after the other, because it's obvious these guys have nothing to offer. For me, self, better Mensan among the guys, better Mensan, at least Mensan na one man mopo. You understand? Mensan a person if he stand on his own, he has his character, he has his pressure. Rumokoro boy, and there was something about his live stream. There was something about his diary session with Biggie. Probably because I'm based in the south part of the country, and I sort of know a little bit of the history of Andoni people, right? So these people are supposed to be rich, right? But there's just some sort of injustices that is being done to them, right? And so, because I won't call them the minority, but there's something about these Andoni people. They seem to be a community on the border. So they are not really getting some full privileges that they are supposed to get, and they are on a very rich soil, just like the Ogoni people, just like the Ogonis as well. They are on a very rich soil, but they're not really getting. So if you're not in if you're not in their if you're not will I say if you're not in their setting, or you're not familiar with their setting, you might think that Mensan is talking out of point. You might think that Mensan is blabbing, but you don't understand the struggle. Yeah, it's just like one of my live streams that was talking about being in my country, Nigeria, but it's almost like I'm being sidelined as a minority due to prejudice, due to bias, due to hate. Yeah, I'll also add that as well, right? So when I am talking about it, if you're not in my shoes, or if you're not close to me, or you have not observed the situation that I am in, you might think I'm just blabbing. You might think I am just blabbing. I was forced 2 or 3 days ago to look at a client in the eye and told her some things that on a norm, I wouldn't have just said it that way, but I just had to say it because I know how this thing works. But you from behind now, you will not think that I'm being uncultured, or I'm just overreacting. No. I watched Frankly Speaking with Glory, and she was a bit pissed off with Mensan. Now, you're pissed off with Mensan because you don't know his situation. She didn't understand what he was saying, but I understand every freaking thing he was saying. And that was why she said when she went on Twitter, some of his fans came for her. Yes, if I was Mensah's fan, I would also come for her because she doesn't understand the depth of where he's coming from. And don't forget, he has seen himself on a very huge platform like this. And he said it at the beginning that people from Andoni do not even have celebrities, they do not have like huge representatives. So for him, this is an opportunity that has been given to him. So he wants to push it out. There's how your heart will be heavy. You have a lot of things in your mind, and you would not even know where to start, and you'll be all over the place. Like, even as I'm coming on these live streams and all of that, I have a lot of things on my head, but I'm a little bit scattered. But I'm still trying my best to drive the message, which, if you were not watching the show, you won't understand what I'm saying. If you're not watching the show, what I'll be saying will sound off point to you. Right? So that is the same thing with Mensan. If you are not in their if you're not familiar with what is happening in their community, what he will be saying to you will be off point. What he will be saying to you will not make sense. What he will be saying to you will be noise. I understand what Mensan is saying. I do. And having such a huge platform at his disposal, he's trying to put everything out there. You can When you look at Mensan, you know that Mensan is no fool. You know that Mensan is a strategic guy. Even Glory admitted that his dressing sense, that she wonder how long it took him to put all of this together. That that is one sign that you should know that that person is not spitting gibberish. He is crying. A lot of emotions are going through his mind, right? He's a Rumokoro. When he came, he's a that Rumokoro boy. You can tell that men see, there's nothing wrong with someone saying out how they grew up, like even Mide said it even in her introduction, that her mother sells food. And she would love that if she wins this money to relocate her mom to a better place. Look, there's nothing wrong with telling your story. Not that you're necessarily trying to invest in the emotional banks of people per se. You're just telling your story. If you want to give, it's just like a situation where someone comes to beg. If they tell you their story, it's left for you to help, and it's left for you not to help. But there's no need for you to like take it personal. I was at the saloon 2 weeks ago, and there was this guy. He's from Akwa Ibom. How did I forget this guy's name? I'm supposed to remember this guy's name. How did I forget this guy's name? Now he was once Mr. Nigeria. Like, this Nollywood industry, or the entertainment industry, home and abroad, is tough. Is really, really tough. You see all of these Big Brother housemates, having the title is one thing, retaining the title is another thing, and then building on top of the title is another very difficult thing. Right? And this guy came into the salon and he was talking, like, this guy was so fluent. Like, in as much as his story was pathetic, I almost did not want him to stop talking. Yeah, I need to know. I'll still ask. Maybe I'll drop it on my community. Honestly, I will still ask this guy's name, and then I will still check on him, right? On social media. Like, he wasn't lying, but he's sick now. So he was talking about he has cancer, right? And he said he lost his mom from that. Like, when you see his pictures on social media, he is he is flashy, but I really don't know what happened. It looks like as soon as his mom died, everything just spiraled down from there. And he said that there's this injection he takes. Like, the injection cost how much, safe? I don't know why I forgot this thing. It's just 2 weeks ago. I don't know why I forgot so much of this information, honestly. And I took it upon myself, in as much as I didn't get his contact or anything, because he said he didn't even have a phone. I'm not too sure. Like, it was something that I almost wanted to bring on my page, right? But I don't know. It was just something, I don't know what just held me back, to be honest with you guys. I don't know what just held me back. So finished speaking. Honestly speaking, I didn't have my phone with me. Like, I didn't have the phone that I normally use for transfer. I went out that day to the salon with one small phone. So I didn't have, yes. Honestly, I would try, when remember, I would drop it on my community, right? Now, I didn't have my phone with me. What I had was a very small, this techno phone, because we didn't have lights for some time. So it was just that small techno phone I was using. So the phone I normally used to do transfer was not with me. But honestly speaking, if I had that phone with me, I would have transferred something to that guy. What I had with me were just some few change that, with his condition, that few change I'm giving him, for me, I feel it's not going to do anything to him, or it's not going to do anything for him. Are you getting what I'm trying to say to you? So he just put his story. Yes, amen. He just put it, like, this guy is so fluent. Like, oh God. Even I almost was telling, I was trying to tell myself, that other side of you will always come out. I was trying to tell myself, was it drugs? Was it, what really happened? How did this guy that looked so promising, how did he get to this point? In fact, he said he has even acted one or two movies. But I remember that the industry is tough. The industry is filled with so much envy and bitterness, right? So I just said, okay. And there's something I noticed with this entertainment industry. The most victims are the upcoming ones, right? It looks like the old ones don't want to give way for the upcoming ones. So there's that huge envy. And well, I don't want to speak based on what I don't know, but I'm just trying to say based on what we see around. Yeah. So um Mensan coming out to spread his story to the world, right? Because until the time that Ken Saruwiwa came out to speak, no one knew what was happening in Ogoni land, right? So Mensan might be the first voice that will speak for the Andoni people. So him crying is the pain. Look, do you know what it means to be so, like, I won't say they are, I don't want to use the word they are being suppressed, because that's a very sensitive one, right? And it's good that Mensan is saying it is better to hear from the horse's mouth, right? Because me, I'm just a guest. So I wouldn't know, but I've heard one or two background stories and all of that. But the Andoni people, like I told you, they are on a border. They are a border community. So they tend to not have a lot of privileges. They tend to be abandoned, right? And they have oil. They are supposed to be comfortable. Their land is rich. But because they do not have strong voices, they do not have a proper representation. So it's difficult to make it. Yeah, I would like use the word is difficult to make. So for him to find himself on this platform, that, there was something he said, that when he came into the house, that a lot of his guys did not believe him when he said he was coming on the show. He said a lot of his guys did not believe that he was coming on the show. So you see how, you see the you see do you see the social gap? Why are they thinking he's lying that he's coming on the show? Right? So Mensan is someone that you need to be calm to understand him, right? In as much as he has the typical Port Harcourt guy's character, where they make a mountain hill out of a mole. They are good at magnifying things, and that's why you see sometimes when all of those communal clashes happen, when there's a settlement, you now realize that it was one very small thing that was magnified. And honestly, the way people assimilate things are different. Okay, imagine that K-Bobo say, "Who born you?" And next thing he said, K-Bobo is insulting his mom. Me, I'm from the north central part of the country. I'm from Nasarawa State, right? And our state capital of Nasarawa is Lafia. Now, Lafia people have this slang. Now, what's the slang? I'll say it in Hausa. Eunice might understand, right? And some other Hausa people, people that understand Hausa too, Hausa speaking people will understand. Now, when you come to Lafia and maybe you have one or two issues with someone you rude, the next thing they will ask, the first thing they will ask you is, why Ubanka? Now that's Lafia people for you. And Lafia, their accent or their way of communicating comes wrapped up in a lot of sarcasm and insult. So if you're not from that area, you pick offense. You understand? Because first and foremost, when somebody see you, he will tell you Uwaka. So if Mensa comes to life, yeah, Mensa will run mad, right? They will ask you, why Ubanka? That's who be your father. You understand? So I think that was the line in which Kebobo also said, who born you? Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just a banter. Good. It's not, we have banter, we have insults, and we have threats, right? But a lot of time, due to miscommunication or due to our variations in our intelligence quotient. Hello, Namakula Jolie. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to give the stream a thumbs up, okay? Thank you so much. Now, just because of our variation in our intelligence quotient, not every or not okay. Let's not even let's keep the intelligence quotient by the side. Let's leave intelligence quotient for intellectual instances. Let's talk about humor. Let's talk about our sense of humor. So, due to the variation in our sense of humor, um, it affects our level of understanding certain things. Who born you? No, it's not like, I don't know, my own humor would not take it as an insult. But Mensan took it very personal, said that Kibobo insulted his mother and all of that. But that is, by the way, that is where he comes from, and that is the mentality from where he comes from. In as much as these guys are gamers, you still see their agents. You still see the agents or the institutions of their socialization playing a fast one on their mentality, or rather their sense of humor. Okay? Because we have different agents, or rather institutions of socialization. We have our families, we have our school, we have our communities, right? So all of those are agents of socialization that can affect our sense of humor, can affect our beliefs, can affect our bias, can affect that's why they'll tell you there's something called culture shock. You understand where capable comes from? Maybe that's just like I told you from my place, Lafia. They'll say, why Ubanka? So when I go out and somebody tell me who born you, to me, it's not. I don't see. I just it's not an insult to me. Rather, is a banter. Remember, I just said there are three things that people misunderstand, and that is what causes a lot of chaos in our amongst us, right? As adults, especially because children don't have that in them. It is we adults that have sense that, but sense we say we see they misunderstand things, right? There's banter, there's insults, there's stress. So who born you to me was a banter that Mensa mistook for an insult. And boom, that fight between him and K-Bobo. And then he started calling K-Bobo all sort of names. So that's it, guys. Eunice, thank you so much. You're a darling. Nama Kula Julie, thank you so much too. So that was it. It's under Nepal allowed light today. So I'm just in front of glued to my television. I don't want to miss anything, so that when I come here, our conversation is going to be filled with what is happening in the house. I bet people should stop calling Sultana a gossip. I've seen people trying to, she just call her a media powerhouse of season 10 of Big Brother show. So that, because see, we always need gossips in every season. We always see, whether we like it or not. Gossipers are a breath of fresh air. They are additional oxygen to we the viewers watching this show, because a lot of things are happening and we don't know the backstory, right? And because the camera keeps jumping up and down, if not even because Jason took his time out to explain what happened at the party yesterday. Yeah, what happened at the party yesterday, we wouldn't have known, right? So please, you should allow the gossipers to do their work for us. Just let's call them our media, this thing. They are the NTA, AIT channels. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Today is Friday. Just like Mensa said, saying one go that mocks we did that side. Hey, today na Friday. Me to make I rush prepare go mocks. Mensa and Baby brother has getting one go mocks. Me ma make I run go my own mocks here. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate. Hopefully, if I can still come back later, I'll come back. Today is what Friday. Okay, their tax presentation. Let's just see how it goes. If the tax presentation ends on time, I might still come back. Right. If not, let's make it tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you for coming. Hope to see you guys soon. And don't forget to subscribe on your notification bell so that as soon as I come on live stream or as soon as I drop a video, you will get the notification. Because if you do not on the notification bell, you would not know. Do you understand? And having this interactive session is the best. Like, this is where I get me to some of the information that I missed out on. Yeah. So please, let's keep the ball rolling and love you guys. Eunice, thank you. God bless you. Ah, this one